Welcome in this video where I would like to show you how you can set up the tools and agent flows attached to your Copilot Studio agent in a way that no more reconnection is needed in the connection settings. Let me dive into it. The topic of today's video is no more reconnect requests in Copilot Studio. The configuration we need to talk about, there are two cases that this reconnection setting appears by the tools attached to your Copilot Studio agent and by the agent flows. In case of the tools, for example, an Excel Online Business Connector, you need to set up the maker provided credentials to be used in order to avoid the reconnection request, and by an agent flow configured as an action, you need to manage the run-only user setup at make.powerups.com. With this setting, your tool and the flow is connected to a single maker-owned connection, eliminating this reconnection friction. The tool settings you need to manage. The maker-provided credentials are key, as I mentioned. The agent calls the tool using the maker's connection exclusively. After this setting, the end users never manage their own Excel connection if you are talking about an Excel tool or an Excel connector. If it's a valid connection, then no reconnect prompts appear after this update, and the stability maintained across agent and tool modifications. The key advantage of this setting is the stability, the connection stability, that there are no interruptions during demos and productions, because always the maker's credentials are used to reach the files, the SharePoint, the Excel, the Outlook, and so on. Let me show you how it is managed in Microsoft Copilot Studio. If you have your Copilot Studio agent, you just move to the Tools tab. You're selecting any of your tools you want to manage in this way. In the Details tab, you are choosing additional details. And here in the Credentials to Use section, you are choosing the maker provided credentials. In case of agent flows, the read-only access you need to change. This you can do at make.powerups.com. The owner's connection or a stable connection should be selected for this setting, and then no more reconnection is needed after that. With these two settings, the agent flow and the Copilot tool operate using the same trusted maker identity. This means a seamless integration. Let me show you. If I'm having an agent flow in this way, here on the Overview tab, you cannot do this setting in Microsoft Copilot Studio. You need to jump to make.powerups.com, where you select flows, you select the same agent flow, and on the right side, you have this Run Only User tab. You are hitting Edit, and here you are selecting a connection that should be used when this agent flow is attached and running. You hit Save, and after that, with this tool and with this agent flow setting, you are avoiding that in Microsoft Copilot Studio, in the connection settings, you no more need to reconnect your tools and your agent flows again. The result, as I mentioned, persistent authentication, centralized credential management, and predictable behavior. This is a design choice, whether you make this setting or not. This basically prioritizes the convenience and stability, but increases the maker's responsibility for security and access control. What I mean by that, the permissions overview after making this setting. The maker, the owner of the Copilot Studio agent, owns the agent, the flows and the connections, controls which connection is used, views run history and troubleshoots issues, and maintains authentication and access. The end user, the run-only user, can trigger agent and execute flows, cannot edit flows or connections, rely on maker's access for data operations, and transparent authentication experience is there. But this sentence, rely on maker's access for data operations, can be also dangerous, because maybe with your maker account you have access to files, to data, that is not accessible for the end user originally, but with the usage of the Copilot Studio agent with these settings, he or she will get access to these data and these settings as well. The admins control if maker provided credentials are allowed, apply DLP policies across the environment, monitor the usage patterns and compliance, and enforce organizational security standards. These are the permissions overview for these three user types. If you want to learn more about this, here I listed you some useful links to get official information about the security, data access, and so on conditions with this and with the original setting of your agent. Basically, this was a short video. I wanted to show you this setting, especially for cases of demos or tests. It's really useful. It provides stability and convenience. You don't need to manage the connection settings after, for example, you published an agent flow in the background once again. You don't need to jump into the connection settings tab. You just need to run your agent and test the results. If you have any more Microsoft Copilot Studio pain points or business flows you think it would worth to create a video about, please leave a comment below.